When we have a life-altering injury like a spinal cord injury, our life is basically put on hold, and we do what we can to get through our time in the hospital, to survive the process and to get home, and to try to make sense of our new life.
Then boom, this happened, and now I'm like, well, now who the heck am I? I don't know what I'm gonna do, where I go from here.
I knew that life was about to take a drastic turn.
The second I woke up, I had already known that I was paralyzed. The doctors told me that I would never be able to feed myself. They told me that I'd never be able to write or any.
They told me I had a 3% chance of walking again.
The thing I remember most was him saying I wouldn't walk again.
I was probably taking 20 pills in the morning, 20 pills at night. And it was like I was slowly dying, to be honest with you. But it was awful. When I got home, that's when I realized, okay, my life is really different. For the first year, I cried every day. I probably could fill buckets of tears.
The biggest struggle I've had in dealing with breaking my back has been that mental aspect. This depression was nothing like anything I'd had before. Suicidal ideation to the points of, figuring out how and possibly when I was going to do it.
The biggest challenge I had was towards the end of my senior year, I started to develop pressure sores. It brought my life to literally a grinding halt. It was making so much progress. And now suddenly I've got this sore that it just wasn't getting better. It didn't matter what I did.
When you feel like there's nothing out there, you feel completely hopeless. And I remember being that kid.
The resources available to us are kind of scattered and not easy to find. It's no one's job really to help us survive at home after we leave the hospital. It's our responsibility to heal ourselves and to find our way.
I started to explore alternative therapy, things that a Western medicine doctor could not subscribe and would not preach to, but also insurances wouldn't cover. And there are actual energy approaches that could be taken that might greatly help me recover to a higher level.
I always try 3 times before I ask for any help.
They always say that you don't get return after the first year, which the big jumps that I've had have been later on in the recovery process. Everybody's body is different as well, and every injury is different, so it's not, you can't listen to everything that is said.
Just push and don't be afraid to fall and figure out how to get back up when you do, because no one else is going to do it for you. That's the bottom line.
At first, I resented my dad mainly because I was like, you're so mean. You're making my mom stop helping me. And if he didn't, there is no way I could be living in my house on my own, raising my own kid and doing our thing.
One of the reasons the doctors do go based off the statistics that they know is to also make sure they're not becoming liable for promising something that they can't promise.
You're always taking a spill. You're always trying something new and not succeeding at it. And, but you do eventually.
Before I knew it, I was able to do a lot more than I was ever thought I could do.
I had him take another picture of my spinal cord, and it no longer was fully severed. There now were some threads coming through and some connections.
I don't have a caretaker. I do everything on my own.
Be independent.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have a really beautiful, full life with your son. What a blessing.
I do. And I never thought that was even possible.
Just by virtue of me doing whatever I had access to, I just slowly started to get better. I was the one setting my own limitations.
6 weeks after I got off all my pain meds and started dealing with my stuff, my bladder started working again. And then I, started learning how to walk and doing stepping, and, for 13 years I worked at that. And then finally, I started to skate after 13 years. And then I got my skating back to the point where I was playing with the Ottawa Senators Alumni Association and guys who had just retired from the NHL last year.
I'm walking, I can even lift up somewhat heavy-ish things. I can walk upstairs without putting my hand on the handrailing if I'm careful. Almost every muscle has come back to some degree. The muscles that have come back are probably about 50 to 60% of what they used to be, which is pretty good because it's pretty strong before.
To be honest with you, my walking came back and it's like, whoa, this feels great. I'm really taking some good steps here.
I got a lot of my upper body muscles back, you know, like 3 and 4 years out by using the dumbbell, because it fires like all the proprioceptive muscles along the chain.
My name is Mario Bonfoni. I'm 28 years old and I'm from the United States. I had to become a designer and engineer. I had to wear many hats. The way that the controls work is the right hand side you have a twist throttle. You're able to push forward to downshift, pull back to upshift. And the left hand side you push forward for brake.
There's a wide range of people that are wanting to get movement back and don't think it's possible. But sometimes it is.
We founded Mods for Quads for that reason, so that we can help bring all those resources together in one place, and to bring the spinal cord injury community together to share what we've individually learned on our own.
Learn from people with experience that have been injured out 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and how it takes time to recover, and how to keep having that will to practice recovery and getting better every day.
That's one thing I wish I had in the beginning, is somewhere where I could go and be like, oh my God, you can do this, you can do that. And you know, I didn't have that.
So we want to embrace these people into this community and give them hope and have a roadmap for them so they don't have to figure this all out organically on their own. Be it financial, relationship, caregiving, understanding Medicaid and Medicare and how to get the right physical therapy, how to get the right equipment so that you don't get wounds, how to recognize some serious signs of when you're in trouble. We're losing some people because they're not being supported the way they need to.
I'm really stoked on what you guys are doing. I think this has huge potential to really help some people.
We've put in about $25,000 into this platform, this website that is ready to go, where you can download courses, track your progress, practice every day neuroplasticity techniques, understanding what adaptive equipment is out there, other programs, ways to get involved with your own community, and just really heal in a loving, supportive community. This is an organic way for people to talk about their healing stories, whether they learned from cannabis or cranial sacral or the #1 stem cell replacement therapies out there right now, pain management by meditation, just, you know, all kinds of different alternative and organic ways that they've been able to heal. This is where you need to go to be able to track it, understand it, and find it easily.
When I was at Craig, the thing that they said that was the strongest indicator of success for people was having a supportive community. And that was certainly my case, and probably the #1 contributor of, you know, all the successes that I've had.
We hope to make this community feel loved and supported the way that they should.